The Nigerians in Diaspora Commission (NIDCOM) was at the Nigeria Customs Service headquarters in Abuja for a strategic diaspora engagement. The Nigeria Customs Service revealed that it granted over 60 billion naira customs duty concessions in 2025 to attract diaspora investment as it forges strategic alliance with NIDCOM. This story is indeed engaging. Stick around for details. The Chairman CEO of Nigerians in Diaspora Commission (NIDCOM), Honorable Abike Dabiri-Erewa, attended the Ondo Investment Summit at Akure, Ondo State. The summit has a theme: the new Ondo forging the pathway to prosperity. Details soon. That's not all on the menu. A Nigerian in diaspora researcher from the University of Alberta, Canada, Associate Professor Dr. Oluwakemi Amodu, has carried out a research presentation on gender, displacement, and community well-being in Nigeria, from evidence to coordinated action. Details soon. And also, do not forget our complimentary segment of Health Tips by Association of Nigerian Physicians in America, our food corner, and our diaspora of the moment. This is your favorite show, The Diaspora. I'm Juliana Vincent Chekubu, your anchor. Please stay. The Nigerian Customs Service has expressed readiness to partner with Nigerians in Diaspora Commission (NIDCOM) to deepen diaspora engagements, facilitate humanitarian, and support strategic investments by Nigerians abroad. This commitment was made during a strategic meeting by NIDCOM delegation led by Abike Dabiri-Erewa, Chairman CEO, NIDCOM, to the service headquarters in Abuja, where both agencies reaffirmed the importance of structured collaboration in advancing national development.
A lot of times bring goods in for genuine purposes. I mean, they seek for waivers, genuine ones for diaspora intervention programs that they donate to schools, they donate to communities, and they come to us and say, can we have waivers? We want to look at how can we have a structure in place to see that if genuinely there are things you are doing, can we help the diaspora? And then particularly this year, 2026, Diaspora Day 2026, for the first time we're getting all our medical professionals in Nigeria. Now, for the first time, we're saying that our doctors in America, they all have strong associations. ANPA in America. In America, 70% of black doctors are Nigerians. So we said, all of you in America, UK is called MANSA. Australia have their own. Africa, NDA Africa, Germany. 7 of associations are coming together July 2026 for the Diaspora Day. Now, they come earlier. We flag something, they go to 6 zones of Nigeria, all the 6 zones, and do medical interventions. So they've broken into various areas of interventions, covering every spec of medicine. It's going to make tremendous impact. Then we come to Abuja and round up with the Diaspora Day 2526. Of course, in doing this, they will bring in a lot of medical equipment. They want to bring so much and give back to Nigeria. So we hope that we can have a seamless relationship in knowing the genuine ones and supporting them, whichever, just to be sure that they are genuine. And beyond that, we want to thank you for supporting some of our initiatives. So we seek for your support for the NDII 2026. Whichever you can support us morally, financially, we'll be glad to have you fully involved in this NDII 2026. We're also saying that maybe you can invite us to speak at your training programs to sensitize customs officers on the diaspora phenomenon and its impact. So as we do this training program from time to time, we'll be glad to be part of it so that we can share experiences with your officers during the various training programs. And also you can also support training of our NIDCOM staff if possible, because we are a new organization and we also like to train and train. So I think that is why we're here, my dear brother. And then we do have what we also call Diaspora quarterly meetings. We do it virtually. So we want to also invite you to be a guest. It's a virtual program. It can take place here. You get at least 10,000 participating virtually. So once more, thank you very much for receiving us, and we look forward to having a customs desk in this NIDCOM the way we have it with the Liberation.
The Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adeni, commended NIDCOM for its impactful work over the past 6 years in projecting a positive image of Nigerians globally and strengthening ties between the diaspora and the Nigerian government. He explained that while revenue generation remains a core mandate of the service, the NCS has become increasingly deliberate about trade facilitation to improve turnaround time, reduce the cost of doing business, and ultimately enhance revenue performance.
Over the last 6 years, Madam, you have been the face of the Commission. We recollect some of those significant interventions which you have provided to show the human part of us as Nigerians, to show that not all Nigerians are criminals. We understand that some few of us could, do things that, make people to ask questions about us. But then I've always seen that while those also exist, we also have millions of Nigerians that we must always celebrate in different spheres of life. So congratulations. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in the course of 2025, also unfolded a new initiative to accelerate development in the healthcare sector, to make sure that the cost of Medicare is reduced, to reduce medical tourism, and to ensure that we actually have Nigerians, particularly those in the diaspora, who want to invest in the healthcare sector. A number of relief and concessions were granted under this initiative. And in 2025 alone, customs duty to the tune of over 60 billion was granted to those companies who are involved in the process of manufacturing or importing healthcare delivery system. And so this is why I will actually call on Nigerians in diaspora, those who are interested in investing in that sector. We can have a discussion with them. I'm happy the number of platforms that you have put in place. This is one major initiative that I believe they can key into. And I remember when I was briefing Mr. President on the performance of the concessions, the various duty concessions, we had very good reactions and feedback in that healthcare sector. And this is an area that we would like to build on. This is an area where we'll be glad to actually tell Nigerians that yes, federal government is giving up this revenue, but then we really want to improve the health care of Nigerians, for the revenue that has been given up. So for such equipment, industries, manufacture of drugs related to healthcare, the government has given a wide number of concessions, and we hope that they can key into it. I also welcome the idea of having our officers, receiving some training from your commission, so that we can begin to reorientate, give them the orientation to let them know that they have an obligation to save life by their action, and they could also be responsible for very serious consequences by their inaction when they're in the position to admit lessons into the country. We welcome the Diaspora quarterly program, which is virtually, and we'll be more than happy to participate in the next quarter. We already have a help desk, so I'm sure within the confine of the help desk, we might have some few officers who will be specifically dedicated to handling matters related to diaspora. Yes, Canada, August 12th, we'll be waiting for the official invite, but we will note it and we will be glad to participate.
Other officers of the service made specific interventions in their various sectors.
As far as engaging with the public is concerned, our platforms are enabled for optimal engagement because we have multiple channels for communication within the service. Under the public relations unit, all our social media handles are clearly displayed on our website, and any updates that has to do with government policy, either for trade or non-trade related issues, or as in this case, earlier reference, is all showcased there. And we're constantly seeking feedback from members of the public as to how well we're doing or where we are found wanting, so that we can make amends.
I want to welcome your request to extend the awareness about your commission to our cadets and during all our trainings. One of the things that we experience if we're in the field is the fear, the palpable fear, and assumed ignorance of custom procedures by diasporans. You see people bring in containers because they are not well informed. Those containers are abandoned in the port, and they also get to accumulate demurrage. Yet I'm happy that you spoke about waivers. The DCD CNT perhaps is going to speak about how you can go about educating people. One other thing that I also want to thank you is inviting CG to also speak to diasporans. And I believe that if we have similar such engagements on a regular basis, even before people come back to Nigeria, they get to understand customs better.
I would also like to add that Nigeria Customs Service is an implementation agency. We implement government policies. And when it comes to waivers and concessions, it's the purview of the Federal Ministry of Finance to give that, and we implement. When you have donations of humanitarian goods or in that manner, what you do is to get what we call an import duty exemption certificate from Federal Ministry of Finance to enable you to clear those goods at zero duty. You have to liaise with Federal Ministry of Finance in that area. Likewise, for the medical outreach equipment that they would like to bring in, they can't be brought in under the temporary admission. Temporary admission is meant for equipment, vessels, and aircraft.
From the export.
Yeah. So what you can do is to also get that IDEC from the Federal Ministry of Finance. It enables you to clear your goods at zero rate of duty.
Bravo for strategic partnership. Now to the Ondo Investment Summit. The NIDCOM boss was part of the panel discussants on the topic From Policy 50 Profit, Investing in Ondo State.
Many Nigerians abroad most likely want to invest back home. I'd like to ask what makes them confident enough to come home and invest in a state like Ondo State?
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Good afternoon again. Let me just establish all protocols. Why should you invest in Nigeria and Ondo State in particular? First, Ondo State is a land of opportunity, and you have a lucky governor. Perhaps the best place to live in Nigeria, next to Lagos, will be Ondo State. Clap for Ondo now. So a land of opportunity. What do you want? Why do you want to invest in a state? You have natural resources, which Ondo State has. My brother has mentioned some of them. And what else do you want? Security. Ondo is a secure place. Am I right?
Yes, you are.
A secure place, a talented workforce. Beautiful people like you, very hardworking.
Thank you so much.
In Ondo State. And then ease of doing business. For what I've seen, it's not quite difficult to do business in Ondo State. I've spoken to some investors who said, well, they love to do business here in Ondo State. So it's easy to do business here. Then importantly, your diaspora. You have an amazing area of Ondo images in the diaspora, and you also have a ministry for diaspora affairs and intergovernmental relations that we're working with. I traveled with some of you. Clap for yourselves, Ondo diaspora. Yeah. So why should you? And I've heard a lot of them are coming here to invest. There's no reason why you should not invest in your country and your state. And when we do the diaspora investments, what we say is that yes, go to Nigeria, but you're going to your state. And your state should be your first line of direct diaspora investment, which Ondo State has. And then look at agriculture. Look at what we've seen on the video today. And I'm not just praising you for anything. Agriculture, bitumen that our senator is very much. Education. Look at the universities here. Housing. Ondo is the place that you want to build your house, come and build in Ondo State after Lagos. And you know that my water, you can do 30 minutes between Ondo and Lagos, is the future. And honestly speaking, if you focus on the real estate sector in Ondo State, a lot of diaspora will come and own their houses here. So that's very important. And then also, we have what you call the Global Diaspora Summit. We're going to do that in Canada, August 13th, 14th. And we said, what states would you be interested in? Again, after Lagos, Ondo was top 5 for the global
Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
He said, we want also, Your Excellency, we're inviting you to be in Canada, August 13th, 14th, for the Global Diaspora Summit to market your state. So, and then most importantly, the people of Ondo State, Kabiyesi, our real fathers, smoking you, the people of Ondo State, warm, friendly, attractive, is important when you want to bring investment.
Thank you so much.
So, thank you very much.
Making a presentation on gender, survival, and governance in Abuja IDP camps. Evidence from Durumi and New Kuchingoro, Dr. Oluwakemi Amodu, underscores the significance of the research to the University of Alberta, Canada, and Nigeria.
It's been a long time coming since we've been working with the displaced populations in Nigeria. Since the year 2019, we've had, just prior to COVID, we've had opportunities to interview women and men in displacement camps about the challenges with well-being and reproductive health access, as well as with just survival in general. So this one is a project that we are super passionate about because it's really focusing on women's experiences, and not just women's experiences, but experiences associated with gender relations, which we know have huge implications for the family well-being, the overall health and accessibility to school, and all the other factors that impact the livelihood of people.
Yes, from your findings, the research, what are the gaps, what are the findings, what are the sustainable pathways you can talk about?
So in terms of findings, we've seen that issues of gender-based violence have come up a lot, issues of out-of-school children, issues of people living with disability and their access to resources, humanitarian aid, and even just general support within the IDP camps. Another really important finding is the fact that IDPs are already economically active, so they do want to work and they do actually work. What they do need is more support for their mental health, more support for education, even adult education, and as well as for even issues of women's empowerment as well. So there's quite different facets that we've been able to uncover through this research.
Right. So what's the University of Alberta going to do with these findings, with this research you are undertaking?
So we've had a dissemination event February 25th. We hope that we will be able to bring some of our findings to the University of Alberta, back to the Social Sciences and Humanities Research Council, which are the primary funders of the work that we have done in Nigeria. We hope that these findings will inform future research, especially as it relates to out-of-school children, reproductive health, education, supports for women and men living with disabilities who live in the refugee camps, and most importantly with overall integration of this population to normal life.
We hope that this is sustained.
Yes, we do. We really hope for sustainable interventions, collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Health, with the Refugee Commission, with the University of Abuja, and with the Federal Ministry of Health as well. So we are developing collaborative networks and relationships, and we're hoping that these relationships and networks are going to take us further to sustainable interventions for the population.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Other participants from National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons, NCFRMI, University of Abuja, NGOs and civil society organizations made their contributions.
I'd just like to just take a few minutes to commend this laudable program by University of Alberta. It couldn't have come at a better time.
Nigeria's greatest asset is its youth. I want to believe that we all agree with me on that. Even in the face of immense challenges that post displacement, the young people demonstrate a remarkable spirit of industry and resilience.
The health intervention we have been conducting is centered around mostly outreach, and then linking some of them because it is we have adopted the whole of society and the whole of government approach.
We have enough collaboration between university and policy makers because most of the time when policies come out, don't reflect existing research that go on. Like, I personally believe that people have been very close with governments in Nigeria. In other words, researchers, university scholars, especially those who study some of these issues.
Nigeria is abroad. We carry our roots wherever we roam. Our culture and pride forever our home. Nigerians in diaspora, we're strong and but bold. Our spirit unbroken, our hearts made of gold. We rise above borders, our love for Nigeria stays in our hearts, our homeland, every single day. From America to Europe.
Up next is our health tip segment with Amper Doctor.
You can perform on your own as an individual without necessarily going to see your physician. These include, number 1, maintaining a healthy weight. A healthy weight as calculated by your body mass index.
Welcome back to Food Corner, where simple ingredients are turned into magic. Today, we'll be traveling all the way to the northern Nigeria, where we'll be learning how to make a simple traditional delicacy, miyan kuka. Miyan kuka is mostly eaten by the Hausa, and it is made from a dry leaf called baobab. It can be served with tuwo shinkafa or semo. Join me as we go learn how to make this.
Miyan kuka, it's a popular soup that is usually eaten in the northern part of Nigeria, and it's made from powdered baobab leaves. Now let's get into the video. I have added lamb shank. Feel free to use any protein of your choice. I went in with beans, water, thyme, ginger, salt, seasonings, dawa, pepper, onion, vegetable oil, and red oil. I'm just going to allow this to slow cook for about 1 hour. I'm using my Nexus gas cooker. After an hour, we now whisk in some baobab powder, also known as kuka. You just have to keep whisking continuously so it doesn't form any unwanted lumps. Feel free to take out the protein so you feel more comfortable whisking. And that's it. You can serve with any swallow of your choice. I'm serving mine with tuwo shinkafa because that's my favorite. I hope you'll be trying this recipe soon.
Wow, that's simple. With these steps, you can make this soup at home, even those in the diaspora. Thank you so much for joining us on Food Corner today. I remain Barbara Bison. See you next week.
Our diaspora of the moment is Dr. Wendy A. Okolo. Dr. Wendy A. Okolo is a Nigerian-American aerospace engineer and one of the most celebrated African scientists working in the United States space and aviation sector today. Born and raised in Lagos, Nigeria, she attended St. Mary's Primary School and Queen's College before relocating to the United States for higher education. She earned her bachelor's degree in aerospace engineering from the University of Texas at Arlington in 2010. And at age 26, she became the first Black woman to obtain a PhD in aerospace engineering from the same institution in 2015, a historic milestone. She currently serves as an aerospace research engineer and associate project manager in the Intelligence System Division at NASA Ames Research Center in Silicon Valley. Her work focuses on aerospace vehicle flight safety, controls optimization, systems health monitoring, and enabling safe operations for air and autonomous vehicles, including developing intelligent systems to detect, predict, and mitigate potential failures. Her honors include the Amelia Earhart Fellowship, the DoD National Defense Science and Engineering Graduate Fellowship, the NASA Ames Early Career Research Award 2019,
as the first woman to receive it, the NASA Exceptional Technology Achievement Medal 2021, the Black Engineer of the Year Award 2019 for the most promising engineer in the U.S. government, and being named among the most influential people of African descent by the United Nations in 2021. In February 2026, the U.S. Embassy in Nigeria and NIDCOM spotlighted her work, celebrating her as a shining example of Nigerian diaspora excellence and her leadership in advancing flight safety research at NASA, reigniting global admiration for her remarkable journey from Lagos to Silicon Valley. Congratulations, Dr. Wendy A. Okolo. We celebrate you as our diaspora of the moment.
This is where we draw the curtain on your favorite show, The Diaspora. See you again next week. I remain your anchor, Juliana Vincent Yakubu. Stay positive.